This is QTV News and I am Jenna Bosonko. Thanks for joining us. First, the main local, business and international news headlines. In local news, China's ambassador to the Gambia holds a press conference to update the media on the latest developments on the outbreak of the novel coronavirus disease. Following recent violent scenes which saw GTSC buses prevented from entering Senegal, the Gambia Transport Union convened a press conference on Monday giving their response to the situation. President Barrow was today conferred with the Grand Master of the National Order of the Republic of the Gambia. In business news, a Berlin court stops forest clearance for Tesla's next Gigafactory. In international news, a Cameroon student in China has given an interview on how he recovered from the virus. And troops have been deployed as Storm Dennis rips through Britain. In sports, the First Lady makes an unannounced visit to a football match for the physically challenged. Those are our top stories, and now the news in detail. Stay with us. Thank you for joining us. The Chinese ambassador to the Gambia on Monday held a press conference to update the media on the latest developments on the outbreak of the novel coronavirus disease. QTV's Ansumane Sonyasi attended the event and he files in the report.
Addressing the media, Chinese ambassador Ma Jianchun briefed journalists on China's efforts to contain the coronavirus that started in China's Hubei province. The virus has affected about 19 cities and spread to 26 other countries. He expressed sadness over the loss of lives due to the deadly virus that had registered over 1,700 deaths in mainland China as of the end of Sunday. However, he says the confirmed decrease in the number of new infections shows China's commitment to containing the virus.
We also make sure that the infection case outside China is as few as possible. As of now, its number only accounts for less 1% of all cases around the globe. 99% of the infected cases are in China.
Furthermore, the ambassador says in order to contain the virus, efforts to mobilize resources have been intensified. He cited the building of a major makeshift hospital as a sign that progress is being made in the fight against the coronavirus. He also revealed that coordination and cooperation between China and the Gambia on preventing the outbreak in the Gambia is at an advanced stage.
To complement the Gambia government's efforts in preventing COVID-19 and in strengthening public health system, we have prepared a batch of medical equipment and supplies granted by Chinese government. The medical equipment and the supplies I mentioned, the medical equipment and supplies already arrived at the Barrow port 2 weeks ago, and we are now working with the Ministry of Health. We will soon be handed over to the Ministry of Health as soon, as all custom clearance procedures are done.
On the situation of Gambian students in Wuhan City in China, the ambassador says they are in good spirits, adding that they are provided with 3 meals a day and that 41 hotlines have been set up for foreign students in Wuhan City, which is the epicenter of the outbreak. He went on to add that the media has a crucial role to play in sensitizing the public about the coronavirus, and those suggested that journalists provide impartial and comprehensive information to the public and avoid discrimination or stigmatization in news reports. Ansumane Sonyasi for QTV News.
The Gambia Transport Union convened a press conference on Monday to react to the transportation standoff that has prevented GTSC buses from operating to Senegal. Mohamed Lamin Choi was at the press conference and he files in his report.
Gambian drivers, vehicle owners and executive members of the Gambia Transport Union are present in this press conference. What transpired for the third time and led to GTSC buses stopped from operating in Senegal has given the union a fresh problem to solve. 3 days after scenes which show Senegalese civilians blocked GTSC buses from moving into Senegal with passengers, The Gambia Transport Union has outlined their suggested response. In what appears to be a tit-for-tat measure, the union proposes that, starting from February 19th, they will block all Senegalese commercial vehicles from entering the Gambia.
On the 19th, on Wednesday, 12 a.m. morning, Benna Moto Gambia Senegalese commercial vehicle, passenger, do the Gambia fee. Whether you're on the transit or not, that is not our business. We're going to protect.
Starting from midnight on Wednesday, we will not allow any Senegalese commercial vehicle to enter the Gambia. Whether they are on a journey to the Gambia or in transit is not our business. It is a huge transport field in which both Senegal and the Gambia should take part. Without that, nothing will work for Senegal. The Gambia Transport Union also feels they should no longer observe the ECOWAS protocols on free movement on the transport agreements between the Gambia and Senegal, which allows Senegalese commercial vehicles, including Dakar Dem Dikk, to continue services into the Gambia. We either both observe the agreements and ECOWAS protocols or stop it until the matter is resolved, the president of the Transport Union says. Implementing their position, 5 main crossing points into the Gambia are identified as the places where action will be taken to deny Senegalese commercial vehicles entry into the Gambia.
We are not going to observe any ECOWAS protocol. Gambia in our commercial transport.
We are not ready to observe any ECOWAS protocol or agreement between the government of the Gambia and Senegal. We will only defend what is in the interest of the Gambia and our commercial transport. This has to be clear, because the Senegalese government is turning a blind eye to what its citizens are doing to us. As the problem grows, the Gambia Transport Union feels it can no longer wait for government anymore, and it is their belief that further waiting can only cause delay and suffering in their business activities. This conclusive decision by the Gambia Transport Union is a clear indication and result of ineffective implementation of laws, protocols or agreements by African governments. If diplomacy is not well exercised, the already looming border crisis may bring unwanted results for the Gambia and Senegal. Mahmoud Lamin Choi for QTV News.
President Barrow was today conferred with the Grand Master of the National Order of the Republic of the Gambia. This officially confirms his powers to confer awards on distinguished Gambians and friends of the Gambia. Aliou Cisse attended the event, and this is his report.
The Grand Master of the National Order of the Republic of the Gambia, GMRG, conferred on President Adama Barrow, gives him the authority to confer national medals on individuals who have distinguished themselves in various fields of service to the Gambia. These awards include the Commander of the Order of the Republic of the Gambia, the Officer of the Order of the Republic of the Gambia, Member of the Order of the Republic of the Gambia, and the Republic of the Gambia Medal. The Grand Master of the National Order of the Republic of the Gambia is not only based on achievements, but it comes with holding the highest office in the land. The conferment of these awards on deserving individuals is managed by a chancery, chaired by the Vice President, who conferred the award on President Adama Barrow at the State House in Banjul. Pateja, Permanent Secretary at the Office of the President, speaking at what was a brief ceremony, said the award should have been conferred on the President earlier than this.
Immediately the President assumed office, he should have received this award, but unfortunately, it has been delayed due to procurement requirements. As a result, this ceremony could not have took place at the right time, and today we are having the ceremony.
At the ceremony were Cabinet Ministers, Speaker of the National Assembly, the Secretary General and Head of the Civil Service, and the Chief Justice of the Gambia. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cisse.
A general cleansing exercise was conducted on Sunday at Sanchaba Sulejob Community Market by Brikama Area Council. The cleansing saw the removal of heap of rubbish that residents say has accumulated for over a month. The story is by Lamin Dabo and is narrated by myself. The dump site is situated within the market premises, where the community go for shopping and selling food. The rubbish heap has piled up for some time and is becoming a health hazard. The councillor of Bijila Ward, Abdullahi Kamara, calls on residents of Sanchaba Sulejob and the surroundings to avoid the indiscriminate dumping of waste, especially within the market premises. He went on to say how impressed he was with the cleaning.
I'm very much happy today because this has been a long overdue. It was here since a month back. So clearing it today, it's like I'm giving something which I never have it in my life. I'm very much grateful.
The Public Relations Officer of Brikama Area Council, Lamin Singate, explains the motivation behind the initiative.
As a council, we are very much concerned and we are so much sensitive regarding to issues like this because that is one of our core mandate. Since the coming of our new CEO, he's very energetic, very foresight and steadfast. So basically, we see it fitting to ensure we get to the communities, particularly at the sites where you have this indiscriminate dumping, to clear those dump sites and to put up a mechanism to avert the occurrence of such.
The Chief Executive Officer of Brikama Area Council, Mahmoud Jonga, says the council cannot do it alone and needs effective collaboration to keeping the environment clean. He went on to outline the strategic priorities embedded in their 5-year strategic plan.
Part of those strategic priorities is to ensure improved waste collections, management and sanitation, and also to provide services related to education, related to agriculture, and also to improve on regional administration, and also to maximize our revenue potential. Because the basis of us to be able to carry out our key mandates as enshrined by the Local Government Act and other related instruments is to live up to the expectation, that is to bring development to the doorsteps of the people of the West Coast. So we are committed to realize these strategic objectives. But of course, we need some strategic alliances. We need partnerships with people and organizations to achieve this. People must see the council has their own. Development is found within, not outside.
Brikama Area Council appears to have taken a new approach to ensuring proper waste management. The removal of waste from marketplaces and other communities is a huge step to rid communities of waste and indiscriminate dumping. As Gambians prepare to celebrate 55 years of independence on 18th February, a day the Gambia national flag was adopted, patriotic Gambians on Sunday organized a march past to raise awareness of the significance and importance of the Gambia national flag. As Alucisi reports, the event brought together students from some schools in the KMC region.
It is the first time that such a march past has taken place to raise awareness of the importance of the Gambia's national flag. One of the organizers, Usaini Koli, commonly known as Usaini Gambia, says they launched a Flag of the Gambia campaign last year to promote the values, importance and history of the red, white, blue, white, green flag.
We have started going to schools since last year, talking to kids about the importance of the flag, how it represents us, everyone, how to bring us together as one Gambians, one nation, one people. Then aside from that, we call it Flag of Gambia. We decided to see the national flag in all public and private institutions. So we decided, I was joined by my colleagues, Slim Jai and Kewa Sane. We dip our hand in our pocket, provide a lot of flags, go to institutions in the Gambia without a flag, both public and private institutions. We make sure we donate the national flags to them, so as to see the national flag raised in all public and private institutions. We did not only stop there. As the kids, the young ones come in, we went to schools also to make sure we donate flags to schools. We are giving flags to a lot of schools now. Most of the schools are even here in our present. And so because of that, the Education Ministry, basically, they feel that we are doing a laudable initiative, going to schools, donating them with flag. Then we send a proposal to them to make sure that all schools in the Gambia are raised with the national flag. And we thank the ministry. They respond to our call. They send us a letter that it is approved. And so after this event, by next month, we start the implementation of that to make sure all schools in the Gambia are raised with the national flag. So the campaign is geared towards raising the flag in all public and private institutions and all schools, with the aim of building the sense of patriotism, nationalism in the minds of every Gambian to respect and honor and value the national flag. Louis Thomas's legacy should remain with us.
School-going children march from Jimpex to Westfield. Among them were Fatima Biba of St. Francis Lower Basic School and Halaji Musa Sister of Canfing East Upper Basic School.
How do you feel today being part of this march past?
I feel so happy.
So what are you going to tell your colleagues if you go back?
I'm going to tell them that today I was part of this march, this raising flag.
So you like the Gambian flag?
Yes.
I feel great because it's a great opportunity for me to come and experience the march past. Yes, I feel good.
The national flag of the Gambia consists of 3 horizontal red, blue and green bands separated by 2 thin white fimbriations. Designed by Louis Tomasi, it was adopted on 18 February 1965 when the Union Jack was lowered and the Gambian flag hoisted at the Market Square in Banjul, marking the country's independence from British rule. Preparation is on course for the 55th independence anniversary on Tuesday in the capital Banjul, to be presided over by President Adama Barrow. Flags are being hoisted on major highways and public places are being given a facelift. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cisse.
We will go for a short commercial break, and when we come back, in business news, we hear how a court in Germany slams the brakes on the building of the new Tesla factory. And in international news, a student from Cameroon studying in China explains how he recovered from coronavirus. Join us after the break for those stories and some sports news.
This is good news. Q City presents the Kids Independence Concert. Celebrate Independence Day in grand style with lots of fun at the exquisite Q City complex. Come and celebrate Independence Day with your friends and family at the Q City complex Vigilo. Kids Independence Concert featuring Gambia's finest artists, Hussein Dada, Chana Dodo, Sihu Yafa, Kombonka, KS, Gorgorlu, T, and many more. Kids Independence Concert is slated for the 18th day of February 2020 from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. Tickets, children, $100 and adults, $200. It's the Kids Independence Concert, 18 February, 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. at Q City Bijilo. Let's celebrate Gambia at 55. It's gonna be fun. See you there.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. If you're just tuning in, this is QTV News. Now, in business news, a week after the announcement which caused divisions in a community, a German court has halted the clearing of thousands of trees to make room for Elon Musk's electric car factory southeast of Berlin. Even though some in the community welcomed the prospects of jobs, environmental groups forced the stop in clearing work with their court action just days after the furling began. The factory is expected to be similar to one of the companies built in China, taking up enough space for 200 football pitches and turning out 500,000 cars a year. The company is expected to vigorously contest the court case. And now on to international news. Coronavirus. A Cameroonian student has given an interview on how he recovered from the virus. In an interview with the BBC, Ken Senu Pavil Deril, a 21-year-old Cameroonian student living in the Chinese city of Jiangsu, said that when he contracted the coronavirus, he had no intention of leaving China, even if he had been possible. Speaking from his university dormitory, where he is now under a 14-day quarantine, Deril said his thoughts were, no matter what happens, I don't want to take the sickness back to Africa. He became aware of his condition after suffering from a fever, a dry cough and a flu-like symptoms. For 13 days, he remained in isolation in a local Chinese hospital. He was treated with antibiotics and drugs, typically used to treat HIV patients. After 2 weeks of care, he began to show symptoms of recovery. The CT scan showed no trace of illness. He became the first African person known to be infected with the deadly coronavirus and the first to recover. His medical care was covered by the Chinese state. Also in international news, troops have been deployed as Storm Dennis rips through Britain. Heavy rain and winds have swept across Britain and France, causing some airlines to ground flights and much devastation across various countries. In Wales, a number of residents were told to evacuate their homes after the equivalent of a month's rainfall in 48 hours. In Britain, conditions have been so severe that it has deployed its army to help deal with high winds, heavy flooding and landslides as Storm Dennis raged across England, Scotland and Wales on Sunday. A record 594 flood warnings and alerts were raised, extending from Scotland's River Tweed to Cornwall in southwest England. In one of several incidents recorded, one man died after falling into a river in South Wales. On to some sport news. My colleague Aliou Cisse is here with me. Aliou, what do you have for us in the world of sports today?
Thank you very much, Jennifer. We're starting with amputee football because the First Lady of the Gambia, Barrow, on Sunday made a surprise visit to a physically challenged exhibition match where she donated jerseys and a cast. Actually, this is the first time that such an exhibition game is taking place between the amputee football team and a team without special needs. The team was really inspired by the visit of the First Lady, and they used the occasion to appeal for more support from the First Lady and the general public.
And everyone here is happy to see the First Lady of the Gambia, Barrow, and we say thank you very much for your coming here. We are very, very happy with it.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Man lena encourage ngeen keep it up, duñ dé promise waaye dinañ seet lan lañ leena mëna supporter and maa ngi ñaan Gambian si yépp pour ñu génna ñu support leen because yéena ngee def loo xam ne mënoon ngeen a dem si street si di ñaan sara og leneen waaye yéen da ngeen decide pour def football. Maa ngi ñaan ñeneen ñi tamit ñi nekk si kër yi ñu bàyyi seen doom yi ñoom it ñu ñëw try pour def li ngeen a def nii. Gambian bu nekk na jóg mu support leen.
And now, Jennifer, we move to domestic football because over the weekend, after 10 games with 21 points, Real de Banjul currently top the league after a narrow one win over struggling Marimo FC. Elsewhere, Wa Banjul defeated Gamtel 1-0 as Hawks FC moved fourth place with 14 points after a win against newcomers Elite United. And then GAF continued to occupy the second place after a 2-1 victory over Banjul United. Talented United stoned GPA in Banjul with one win to move to 8th position, just a step ahead of GPA. Walidan and Brikam United played out a goalless match in Banjul. And of course, probably the biggest win of the weekend was for BK Milan, who actually registered their first win in this season after a narrow win against Fortune FC in Brikama. So that's all for the sports news.
Thank you so much, Aliou. I am so happy that the First Lady took the initiative to go and see physically challenged individuals do some sports. Do you think physically challenged individuals in the Gambia have a lot of opportunities when it comes to sports?
Indeed, I wouldn't say they don't have opportunities, but then support to them is very minimal, and this visit by the First Lady will really boost their morals, and then it will encourage other individuals and private companies to come on board and support them and to make them feel part of society.
Yeah, I think it is really important to encourage them. Thank you so much, Aliou. It's always good to have you here.
Thank you so much.
Before we end this news bulletin, let's take a quick look at our main stories in local news. China's ambassador to the Gambia held a press conference to update the media on the latest developments on the outbreak of the novel coronavirus disease. Following recent violent scenes which saw GTSC buses prevented from entering Senegal, the Gambia Transport Union convened a press conference on Monday giving their response to the situation. President Barrow was today conferred with the Grand Master of the National Order of the Republic of the Gambia. In business news, a Berlin court stops forest clearance for Tesla's next Gigafactory. In international news, a Cameroon student in China has given an interview on how he recovered from coronavirus, and a troop have been deployed as Storm Dennis rips through Britain. In sports news, we heard about the First Lady's unannounced visit to a football match for the physically challenged. That is all we have for you in this edition of QTV News. Do join us tomorrow, same time for more news. Thanks for watching.